Sleeping fitfully, we're violently jostled out of our lucid dream. Startled, awake, momentarily confused, and we struggle to remember, where are we? Fresh memories rush forth and we recall we're on a Republic ship, but who's attacking us? And why? As if answering our conundrum, a Republic soldier with graying hair bursts into the room and informs.
We've been ambushed by a Sith battle fleet. The Endar Spire is under attack. Hurry up, we don't have much time.
Oh, Sith? Fleet? We know we're in a Republic cruiser. Sorry, who are you? And what's the Endar Spire?
Did you fall out of your bunk and hit your head? The Endar Spire is the ship we're stationed on. This ship. You probably don't even know who I am, do you? I'm Trask Ulgo, ensign with the Republic fleet. I'm your bunkmate here on the Endar Spire. We work opposite shifts. I guess that's why you haven't seen me before. Now hurry up. We have to find Bastila. We have to make sure she makes it off the ship alive.
Our head is absolutely swimming, and we begin to worry that maybe we've been concussed in the attack. For the life of us, we can't remember this person and ask, who's Bastila?
Bastila is the commanding officer on the Endar Spire. Well, not an officer, really. But she's the one in charge of this mission. One of our primary duties is to guarantee her survival in the event of an enemy attack.
We now have an option to take a less diplomatic approach and say, forget it. I'm saving my own skin.
You swore an oath to protect Bastila when you signed up with this mission, just like everyone else in the crew. Now it's time to make good on that oath. I know she may not have an official rank in the fleet, but she's the one in charge of this mission, and it's our duty to protect her.
Depending on which class we have chosen, Trask will give a brief synopsis of all three, which I thought would be interesting to share. Starting with the Scout, he says,
I heard what everyone's saying about you. You've explored the farthest reaches of the galaxy. You visited planets I've never even heard of. People with your skills and abilities are hard to find. It's no wonder the Republic recruited you for this mission. But now's the time to prove yourself. I know you're a scout and not a soldier, but Bastila needs all troops at her side during this attack.
The slightly more colorful backstory for the scoundrel, then, is...
I know all about your reputation. How you used to smuggle spice and blasters along the Corellian run. I guess the Republic figured since they couldn't catch you, they might as well hire you. And I'll admit, the Republic is in desperate need of someone with your kind of skills. Desperate enough to overlook your shady past. But now that you signed on for this mission, you're part of the Republic fleet. And Bastila needs all troops at her side during this attack.
And for this playthrough, I have chosen the soldier specifically, as we are a soldier for the Republic. And of the three, it seems to fit best for the story as a whole.
I've heard all about your reputation. Elite combat training, tops in your class. It's no wonder you were handpicked for this mission. Word is the officers haven't seen a recruit with your kind of potential in 20 years. But all that potential doesn't mean a thing if you can't deliver when it counts. We're soldiers. We're trained for combat. Bastila is going to need men and women like us at her side during this attack.
If we're still somehow unconvinced, we can say, well, Trask, that was a right pretty speech. But, oath or no oath, I'm heading to the escape pods. He scolds.
Don't be stupid. You won't stand a chance against the Sith by yourself. We gotta stick together if you want to make it out of this alive.
We have to admit, that's a pretty convincing argument. Finally, submitting to our fate, we say, okay, let's go help Bastila.
So hurry up and grab your gear. You need to suit up so we can get out of here.
Before retrieving our equipment, we have one last look at our new ally. We sense no duplicity from Trask, but still can't help but wonder, if he was our bunkmate, how could we miss him this whole time, even accounting for shift rotation? Whatever the case, it seems answers can wait. We need to get our gear and get the hell out of here. We then about face and see a lone footlocker by the porthole. Inside we find adrenal stamina, a blaster rifle, short sword, clothing, and 2 med packs. Equipping our effects, we're ready to take on the challenges that lie ahead. We turn to Trask, who no doubt has plans for our next move, and he says,
okay, let's move out. We should stick together. You'll have more success with a party than on your own. Because of the attack, this room is in lockdown, but don't worry, I've got the override codes. You'll have to use me to unlock the door.
Head still ringing, our eyes adjust to the harsh lighting of the room as Trask unlocks the door.
Now that the door is open, you better take the lead again.
It's then we get an unexpected call from the bridge.
This is Carth Onasi. The Sith are threatening to overrun our position. We can't hold out long against their firepower. All hands to the bridge!
That was Carth contacting us on our portable communicators. He's one of the Republic's best pilots. He's seen more combat than the rest of the Endar Spire's crew put together. If he says things are bad, you better believe it. We have to get to the bridge to help defend Bastila. There's a map of the Endar Spire and a copy of Carth's message in your electronic journal, just in case we get separated.
I guess we better not get separated. Let's move out. We turn and see a single utility droid desperately trying to repair the damage. Wholly preoccupied with its task of repairing the failing Endar Spire, unfortunately it seems nothing is going to intervene with the fate of this ship. Wasting no time, we make our way to the bridge, but as we open the security door, we see a firefight between a lone Republic soldier gunned down by two Sith.
These Sith must be the advanced boarding party! For the Republic!
Trask, belting out his battle cry, contends with the Sith on the left. And we have no choice but to rush the one on the right, as our skills with the blaster seem to be a tad rusty.
That hurt, I bet.
I've got a feeling that won't be our last battle with the Sith. Good thing we have med packs to heal our wounds. It might be a good idea to use one now before our next battle.
Trask then tosses us a med pack, and we have no choice but to pick over the remains of the Sith. Usually, we would be against disturbing the fallen, but in this case, it looks like we're going to have to take what we can get. To our right, we see our escape path is blocked as the door has been blown clean off its hinges. The astromech itself lays broken. Corpses of the Republic soldiers litter the hall. It's then we head through the eastern door, and a hit! Two Sith soldiers lie in wait, their precision assault having two of their blaster bolts hitting us directly in the chest. Our armor now sizzled and useless. We have to fell them, otherwise we're as good as cooked. We realize our power blast attacks are inaccurate. Switching our blaster rifle back to burst fire, we hit the Sith and taunt. Rushing forward, we then seek retribution on the final standing Sith. Armored Fiend falls limply to the floor. With our chest aching from the laser burns, we turn to the footlocker behind us and find two swords, frag grenades, and is this new armor? We rush to abandon our damaged attire and equip the combat suit, boasting not only higher dexterity, but also, thankfully, more protection for our torso. We turn and look over the remains of the fallen Sith and find 14 credits and an adhesive grenade. We realize that this is some type of storeroom and find more credits and med packs in a container nearby. It's then we pause for a moment and see the corpse of a mutilated Sith. And it's for the first time with a moment to ourselves, we ponder, how can a lone Jedi be worth all of this carnage and wanton destruction? All our answers seem to lie on the bridge with the supposed hotshot pilot called Carth Onasi. Rounding the next corner, we witness more Republic soldiers butchered by the Sith invaders. Clearing the corner with corpses littering the hallway, and then contend with the trio of Sith who rain down blaster fire upon us. Unfortunately, we realize quickly that our own blasters are mid-range and that, switching tactics, we throw a frag grenade into the fray. With the two on the left downed, the Sith on the right was easy pickings. The hall itself erupting in debris, with two more Sith attempting to ambush us. We flick a frag grenade at them before they can get too many shots off, and they fall unceremoniously to the floor. The astromech that was trying to fix the northeastern door becomes decommissioned, and we find a pile of parts that perhaps will come in handy. It's then we pause momentarily and listen. We know that sound. Is that a lightsaber? Hearing the exertion of the battle, a lightsaber, and a female voice, we realize it may be our ward Bastila who's in trouble, rushing up the ramp that the dead soldiers lie scattered about. We open the door and Trask warns,
It's a dark Jedi. This fight is too much for us. We better stay back. All we do is get in the way.
Helpless, we watch the two Force wielders duel it out, the ship exploding around them, and the female gains the upper hand, but...
That was one of the Jedi accompanying Bastila. Damn, they could have used her help.
Thankful it wasn't Bastila, but no time to mourn the fallen Jedi. We then contend with the Sith soldiers once more. On their remains, we find some Meg packs, and then we turn to check the fallen Jedi. Thankfully, it seems she died instantly, but on her corpse, a vibration cell and adrenal for strength. With nowhere else to turn, we head east and towards the bridge. But then, Trask stops us to say,
The bridge is just beyond that door. You better equip your melee weapon. There isn't much room on the bridge, and it's suicide to use a blaster in close quarters. I should equip a melee weapon too. Either that or I'll have to stay back and use my blaster.
Okay, that sounds like smart thinking. Wait, what good is a sword against lightsabers?
Your melee weapon is made using a cortosis weave. It's strong enough to stand up against anything, even a lightsaber.
Taking Trask's advice, we equip the vibro sword. The door behind us snaps open, revealing a scuffle on the bridge. Sith then charges, vibro sword in hand. We've received no training. We feel at home with a sword over a blaster.
Bastila's not here on the bridge. They must have retreated to the escape pods. We better head that way too. The Sith want Bastila alive, but once she's off the ship, there's nothing stopping them from blasting the Endar Spire into galactic dust.
Taking Trask's lead, we then head onto the bridge, knowing that we must be quick to find Bastila at the escape pods. However, we pause to assess the damage of the viewport at the bridge. The planet below us swirls as we careen out of control. Fighters zip by as the bombardment ensues, and we know we don't have much time. Picking up a light jog, we head starboard, U-turning from the bridge towards the escape pods. Suddenly, Trask cautions us to wait and says,
There's something behind here. Damn, another dark Jedi! I'll try to hold him off. You get to the escape pods. Go!
Trask now trapped with what seems to be a formidable looking Sith. We try desperately to open the door, but realize Trask has bought us time we need to escape, and we should make our way to the starboard section of the ship, and at the very least, fulfill our mission. Heading to the starboard section, we're calmed by none other than Carth Onasi once more.
This is Carth Onasi on your personal communicator. I'm tracking your position through the Endar Spire's life support systems. Bastila's escape pod is away. You're the last surviving crew member on the Endar Spire. Now, I can't wait for you much longer. You have to get to the escape pods.
Although now alone, we must heed Carth's words and feel anger boil up in our stomach at the loss of Trask at the hands of the Sith. Facing a solo trooper who tries to shoot us in vain, breaching the gap, deftly executing with our vibroblade. As he falls, we don't feel so bad about taking the credits off his body anymore. We begin to sprint towards the back of the ship, picking up speed. Two Sith stand in our way, and almost without thought, we deftly carve up the Sith with a deadly flurry. The remaining combatant switches from blaster to sword, and we size him up, amazing ourselves by doing a jumping somersault, blade coming down hard on his helmet. Onasi then warns us via communicator once more.
Be careful. There's a whole squad of Sith troopers on the other side of that door. You need to find some way to thin their numbers. You could reprogram the damaged assault droid to help you, if you have enough repair parts. Or you could use computer spikes to slice into the terminal and use the Endar Spire's security systems against the Sith.
Taking Carth's advice, we use the computer terminal nearby and see the starboard section camera and the Sith party lying in wait. It's from here we have 3 distinct choices as Carth laid out. The first would be to hack the door.
No problem. Got it.
However, there are 5 highly armed Sith waiting in ambush. It probably wouldn't go well. Our second option is pretty simple, yet effective. Using the computer terminal, we can see the Sith squad via the camera. It's then we notice that there is a power conduit on the far wall. Overloading it will blow the conduit and release a terrible lick of lightning that will kill all of the inhabitants in the room. The final option is the combat droid that's decommissioned in the corner. If we access the combat droid and have not only the necessary repair parts and skill, we can reactivate the droid and repair it so that it goes into sentry mode and effectively terminates all of the Sith as it dutifully patrols the ship on our behalf. The Sith patrols strewn about, we find on their remains an advanced repair kit, frag grenade. It seems on their leader, a prototype vibroblade and ion blaster. His subordinate has 2 med packs and some credits about. It's then we head for the escape pods, but are halted by a New Republic officer.
You've made it just in time. There's only one active escape pod left. Come on, we can hide out on the planet below.
After everything we witnessed, we pause and say, wait, who are you? And how do I know I can trust you?
I'm a soldier with the Republic, like you. We're the last 2 crew members left on the Endar Spire.
We can feel that the ship is just held together by a hope and a prayer. As we move towards the escape pod, our only hope of survival, we stop and turn to the man once more, realizing we've heard nothing of Bastila, but he assures.
Bastila's escape pod's already gone, so there's no reason for us to stick around here and get shot by the Sith. Now, come on! There'll be time for questions later.
Acutely aware of the formidable danger of being ejected into space during a battle, we can only hope this hand of Berserk is in our favor as we enter the escape pod and down towards the planet below.